I'm Nicole Summers, and I found HiB about 6 years ago, and I specifically remember finding it in February of 2015 because I was in a very, very deep depression that I hadn't experienced before. It was my first time with postpartum anxiety and depression, and I had posted something on Facebook that said, I feel really lonely, I'm isolated in another state, and people suggested that I look for a group of other parents in a similar chapter of life and go hiking or walking. The branch ambassador at the time, and her name was Valerie, and she showed me the ropes of how to hike with a kid. It was a simple 1-mile loop that just did not feel very simple at that point in my life. And yeah, I survived. And then afterward, there was an adorable little nature park with like a little water fountain and stuff, and the kids just kicked off their shoes and jumped in the splash area, and they were playing in the mud and the dirt, and it just felt like I had found my people, finally. When you have a new baby and you're adjusting to a new body and new physical abilities and physical constraints that you've never had before, and on top of taking care of an entirely separate human being, it's incredibly intimidating. And so starting out, it was hard just trying to wrap my mind around all of that. Was it even worth the anxiety of dealing with all of that to get what benefits I got from nature? And the answer is yes. It was a lot of hard work at first, but it's like muscle memory. Once you do it, it gets easier. Whenever I take the kids outside, the hardest part is getting them outside. And after about 20 minutes, maybe 15, 20 minutes, their brains just completely reset and they don't ask anything from me anymore. They just go out and they play with sticks and they play with rocks, and they just kind of do their own thing and disappear into their own little pretend world, and I can just sit back and watch and listen to the birds and listen to the trees and listen to the breeze. I think really one of the big things was that moment after the hike, after I did the first 1-mile hike with HiB, and we were all just sitting and watching our kids play in the mud. And I wasn't worried. I knew there were people around me that were there too, and I knew that I wasn't in it alone because I wasn't there by myself. I had other people that had my back. So I think that helped a lot.